Hi guys. Hi everyone. My name is Salamata. Welcome back. Welcome back to Salamata speaking. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Like the fact that the universe has brought you here in this moment to listen to me speak to you right now is amazing. It's fascinating. It's beautiful. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time and your presence. Like thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the podcast. If you have any feedback of any sorts, DM me on Instagram. It's Salamata0. That's SALAMATA0. And let's get into the pod. And today we're doing a podcast on relationship and love and connections. Oh my god, the beauty of it all. I asked you guys on Instagram to give me things that you need advice on because I swear to God, I 110% give the best advice. Just because like I'm an NYPer and basically like I am trained by a New York Presbyterian worker on everything mental health, relationships, sexual health. So if you have questions, I've 110% have probably been trained on it. Also, like, I'm a teenager too, you know? I understand you. We are experiencing the same things if I haven't already experienced what you're going through. And so, my experience is a big part of the advice that I give, but also know that, like, I'm trained in this, okay? And I mostly do things here for the girls, okay? But if you're a guy, I do want you to listen to this because you can definitely learn something, which is why we're going to keep the terms very gender neutral. So yeah, let's get into it. Relationships are defined as the way in which two or more people or groups regard and behave toward each other. This includes our family, friends, and romantic relationship. Literally, number one relationship tip is like if you're in a relationship, be in the relationship. Like enjoy every single moment of it because relationship gives you a lot of serotonin, okay, and dopamine. And so, enjoy the boost. Don't be scared like, oh my god, it's gonna end. Oh my god, he doesn't like me. Because then you're ruining it for yourself and then you're gonna self-sabotage the relationship that could have been phenomenal. Why are you giving so much of your time and your energy to a relationship when you're a teenager? That's truly how I felt about relationships, and a part of me still feels like that. And then I'm like, but you're in love, like you're stuck here, like the way you're dazed and puppy dog eyes, like you're gonna be here a while. And so if you're just like me, if you're in the puppy dog eye phase, enjoy it because I think that's what it's made for. Relationships are really important because they help us survive. Like literally, we need to be in relationships and make connections or we will die. That is like fascinating to me. So if you think like it's what is it, DTN or DTB, absolutely not. You need relationships, you need family, you need love, you need comfort, you need hugs. Like you literally need it to survive. Like your brain just needs it, okay? It does something with the chemicals and you need to release the chemicals or else you will die. Relationships are such a crucial part of dealing with stress, because you get that social support. You have people who support you in your growth and development, and the encouragement that you get from healthy relationships just moves you forward. Something interesting also is when you practice empathy towards other people, you become a better person in turn. Isn't that fascinating? Like I really love that about like humanity. We have each other so that we can support each other and become better human beings through empathy, through love and physical affection. So don't be so cold. Like be open to the idea, be open to friends. Don't just like walk around in the world with this like negative mindset that people are going to stab you in the back. It's easy to be that way if that is something that you have experienced. But I always say, like, look on the bright side. Like, people say, look on the bright side. I'm just like, oh my God, like these corny quotes that people keep telling us. But it's so, so real because I always say, like, trust someone until they give you a reason to not trust them anymore. But never be cold to people, especially if you're just meeting them, because first impressions are very important. Um, like how many times you like walk into a classroom for the first day and you start giving people compliments and you may be nervous, but the more social you are and the more positive you are, the more you smile, the more people gravitate towards you, and the better of an experience you will have. Let's talk about the first relationship you ever enter in your life, which is the relationship with your family. Um, you have the relationship with your mother because she's carrying you in the womb. I do want to be very careful about the conversation around the family because I do understand that, like, you may not have been raised by your birth mother or your birth parents. You might not know your blood family, maybe adopted and stuff. So bear with me. Your first relationship is typically the relationship with your mother when you're in the womb. Um, if your mom is doing what the doctor is saying, prenatal care, all of that, your brain and heart is growing healthy. You are on track to be a healthy human being. When you are given birth to from the ages of 0 to 2 years old, this is the optimal period where you need to imprint. And imprinting is basically like finding one person who you know will take care of you, will love you, and support you no matter what. Like that one person that will provide you unconditional love. Um, for most people, this is their mom from the ages of 0 to 2 years old. It's their mom. And having this person allows you to explore. And from 0 to 2 years old, you're exploring your toys. It's the first time you're hearing music and seeing colors and all of that. And so everything is foreign to you. So everything is like scary and foreign. So to know that you have somebody to kind of like hold your hand and guide you through all of that, somebody to go back to, allows you to go on more adventures and discover more things. And I say this is like one thing like that my parents set me off like on the right foot with. I was a pretty advanced kid. I was their first kid and I think they treated me like an adult, all right? I was in school at the age of 2 years old because I did my imprinting. Do I know like who I imprinted on? Like I think it's like interesting. Like I can't say who I imprinted on. I want to say my dad because my mom was like, "You're a daddy's girl. You're a daddy's girl." Um, but I definitely had a lot of support around me from the ages of 0 to 2 years old, which allowed me to be more advanced. I walked faster, started speaking faster, I started reading, and then they put me in school at the age of 2 years old. Obviously, I wasn't like reading big books. The fact that my brain couldn't even like think of a big advanced book says a lot about my reading level. Actually, that's not very true. I'm in AP literature. I just finished One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That was a crazy book. Like that was a crazy book. McMurphy was obviously my favorite character. If you know me, that just like makes sense for who I am. McMurphy was my favorite character, and I can't believe what happened to him happened. I'm not gonna spoil it. If you get a chance, read the book. Do not watch the movie. That is just lame. Boo, tomato, tomato. But yeah. The relationship with your family is the first, and the person you imprint on sets the trajectory for the relationship dynamics you will have in your life. Now, I said I was gonna provide resources, so I need you guys to do this like adventurous thing with me. I want you to take an attachment test. I'll provide the links to all of this, all right? And if you're watching this episode as I release it, the link is on my story right now, and it will be for the next 24 hours. And it will be in the podcast highlights. And it's going to be in the podcast notes, all right? Take a attachment quiz. And this will basically tell you your attachment style. There are 5 attachment styles. There are secure attachment, anxious, insecure attachment, avoidant insecure, disorganized insecure attachment, and that is a product of the first imprinting that you ever made. And knowing your attachment style, you can learn your love language, which is also a different test that I want you guys to take today. And knowing all of these things helps you realize what you need to work on in order to maintain healthy relationships. Assuming you made it this far from 0 to 2 years old and you imprinted on somebody, from 2 to about 4 or 5 when you start school, you will just be like practicing relationships. You know, when you see strangers, you examine them, and it's the first time that you are just going to be exploring and examining every single thing because every single thing is new and foreign to you. And so by the time you are 4 or 5 years old and you start kindergarten, or what, like daycare or like pre-K, this is when you first start making friends. And now you're hanging out with people outside your family, so you are seeing people who don't necessarily look like you, who don't speak the same language as you, and this is the first time that people outside of your family get to influence you in your behavior. We do these things, humans do these things where you find cliques and niches, and we do that because we want to find ourselves and we want to find the community that best support us. I'll say Gen Z, we start pretty early with the romantic relationships. And it's the first time you get to have relationships outside of your parents, which is pretty freaking cool. It gives you more autonomy. You know more people, you have more people to connect with, you have more people to talk with, you have more people to expose you to different ideologies, which can be very dangerous. But I think it's important nonetheless that you are hanging out and talking to people who do not think like you, because it just opens your eyes to how broad the world is. First meaningful relationships I ever made were in middle school. Middle school was a great time for me. Like, it sucked. Like, I don't know, there's something about 7th grade and being 12 years old that is the absolute freaking worst. Um, I don't know if it's like the time that I was 12 years old, which would be like 2017, but it was trash. The music was great. Love the music. The music were great. The friends were pretty awesome. But there's something about going through puberty in middle school and dealing with like boys ridiculing you. I made my first meaningful relationships in middle school. I had a friend that I was so like inseparable with. Like, you saw me, you saw her. Like, we were attached at the hip, always hanging out, always together. Like, I need to use the bathroom, we're using the bathroom together. I'm going to lunch, we're going to lunch. I'm skipping lunch with her. Like, every single step of the way, hung out with her. And it's the first time you ever get close to anything intimate, and not intimate in the sense of like having sex or like kissing, not like intimate physically, but intimate emotionally, you know, where you are talking about who you are and who you want to be and what you want to do in life, what you want to accomplish, where you want to live, and all those things. And so having friends and having those like really close relationships, like best friends and friend groups, it's the first time you get to experience any intimate relationship outside of your family, and I think that's pretty awesome. And so that prepares you for your first relationship. Now, unfortunately, our generation has created this thing called the talking stage, and I don't know how we're measuring talking stages anymore because I just can't, I can't. Okay. And this is the advice that I'm going to give you, because I truly believe that nobody actually likes the talking stage, and we're just putting up with it because we are too afraid to confront our feelings head on. All right? Being a damsel in distress is not the only way to get into a relationship. And you can be a feminist and fall in love with a man. But anyway, romantic relationships fill our important need for affection and sexual relations. And we often think of romantic relationship as our life partners. Like I said, the fact that we have created talking stages instead of saying courting, because I feel like courting and talking stage is pretty similar, except, when somebody's courting you, they are trying to impress you. I feel like talking stages is just like, you're lonely, I'm lonely. We're not going to say we like each other, but we're going to spend time together. We are going to go on dates, but we're not going to call them dates. It's a link. It's a link. Um and we are going to do all these intimate things together and never put a label on our relationships, because let's be honest, labels are overrated. But if you want to be in a relationship and you don't voice that you want to be in a relationship, why is that? Why is that? I am a personal fanatic, a friends to lovers relationship, right? And I understand why people don't like this, all right? But hear my point of view, okay? Friends to lovers. First, you're friends, okay? They know you. They know what you like to eat. They know what you don't like to eat, okay? I feel like if you know someone well enough to like get them a gift that they will adore because it's meaningful to them, other than it being like, not like the expensive one, but like a gift that is meaningful to them and like that is all they've wanted. If you know them well enough to do that, right? And you happen to have romantic feelings for them, you should tell them. You should tell them because I feel like that is the beginning of every rom com ever. How do I say this respectfully? I hate the talking stage. I think it should be entirely eliminated. Um, I don't see the purpose that it serves. I don't understand why you can't just be friends and get to know someone. And if you do like them, um, tell them you like them. And if they don't like you, accept rejection. I think that's also something that our generation doesn't really know how to experience because we got the participation trophies. When I tell you I don't think there's many trophies or certificates that I feel that I've earned because everyone got them. And I get that everyone can be great and awesome, but why can't our experience and knowledge that we've taken from these programs be our reward? Why must there be a certificate, you know? And so, me and my friend were talking about this the other day. It's just like, go out into the world looking for rejection. And here's the way I do this, okay? I'm a girl's girl, okay? And so anytime I see a girl walk past and I like their outfit or their hair or their shoes, whatever, I'll be like, I love your hair. I love your outfit, whatever, right? And living in New York City, everyone has AirPods in. People are walking faster, rushing, they're trying to get places. There's a lot of hustle and bustle. So chances are they didn't hear you. But that moment of you putting yourself out there and then getting rejected, it just starts teaching you how like normal it is to get rejected and it doesn't have to be the end of the world. So when you start doing it with small things, when it comes to you like trying to ask somebody else on a date, you've already practiced that. Like your world isn't ending because this person didn't say yes to your date, because you know how to accept a no. You need to prepare for rejection because life isn't always going to go your way, and you need to be okay with that because you can't control everything. So you need to be prepared for the moments that you really couldn't predict, right? You're predicting the moments that you couldn't predict. Not getting what you want and learning how to cope with that, very important. Um and this is how you cope with it. You're like, "Okay, that was embarrassing. That stung a little. But oh my god, I'll be fine." That's how I got through it. Um in 7th grade, I couldn't even walk up to my crush and speak. By the time I got to 9th grade, there was this kid that I liked. Ew. Like, think about it, like 100% ew. But I was like, I like you. You're really pretty. Said this to a boy. He was taken aback, and he didn't like me back, and he rejected me. But it didn't. I didn't care. It didn't hurt because I prepared myself for the rejection. You know, I didn't set myself up for for the rejection in this scenario, but I know how to handle a no. Okay, he wasn't over his ex. And one of the questions y'all asked me was like, what to do if a person you into isn't over their ex, okay, or is still in a situationship with their ex. I got you. This is what you do. You walk away because because there is no room in this person's life for a lover right now, okay? Until they are 110% over their ex, baby girl, mister, you're just the entertainment. And nobody wants to feel like just the entertainment. So, you know, you have to very much love, honor, and cherish yourself to walk away from situations like that. Let's just get into giving you guys advice. All right, caller number one. This guy is sending mixed signals. What do I do? My mom has told me this. Teffy has told me this. MJ Heatherman has told me this. Hannah has told me this. A mixed signal is a no. All right? If you're getting a mixed signal after you have clarified your intentions and what you want and what you're looking forward to, it's a no. Okay? That person doesn't have the maturity or the respect for you to respectfully say no. They're not mature enough to reject you, or there's a situation going on and they aren't being honest with you. Either way, I don't think that's a situation you want to be in. I simply take mixed signals as a no. This person asks, should you accept the fact that your significant other doesn't match your energy? This is a loaded question. Let's get some clarification on this one. But here's what I have to say so far. When getting into a relationship, you should make a list of the things that you want, like your non-negotiables. This is where knowing your attachment style and knowing your love language comes into play. And you have to make this clear with your partner. Like, hi, hello, my name is Salamata. My love language is quality time. In order for you to show that you love me, you have to spend time with me, talking to me, and doing mundane things with me, all right? Or if your love language is physical touch, please hug me, please kiss me, hold my hand when we're walking. That's stuff that you have to communicate. So if the person doesn't match your energy, is them, you know, not providing you with the things that you need to feel loved, that's something you should definitely bring up to them. And if they still don't change, maybe that's when you need to, love yourself and leave that partnership. Okay, so we just got a bit more clarification on the last one. And it was kind of like your partner isn't excited about the relationship as you are. They're just like chill and like nonchalant about it. That's something you have to like be like, yo, I am not with the nonchalant shit. Show me you love me, okay? Honestly, it's all about communication. And you bring it to the table in a way where they don't feel attacked. And only you're the only one who knows your partner, so you are the only one who knows in the best way to approach them. But I say come to them in a way that doesn't attack their ego, and format it in a way that like, this is what I need from you in order for this relationship to work for us. And again, if they don't change and if they don't respect you enough to provide you with what you need after your honesty and vulnerability, maybe that's not a relationship you want to be in. I feel so bad for like telling you guys to leave after all these circumstances, but you have to understand that like, we are too young to be in relationships that are binding. You are 16 years old, you are 17, 18. The audience is about from like 13 to 24-ish. You are young. You have so much life ahead of you. If someone isn't taking care of you the way you need, the way you have deliberately expressed for them to take care of you, there is no reason you should be going back and forth with them. You are so young. There are billions of people on this planet. You have so much more life to experience, and you should never feel like you are being held back in a relationship because of someone. That is the last thing I wish for anybody. And you always hear of these people, like, obviously everybody wants a like high school sweetheart, like wedding love story, but there are these stories of people who are just like, damn, like we were together my entire childhood and adolescence, and now I am a 30-year-old trying to start my life all over again. I don't know what dating is like. There's so many things I haven't experienced because I did my entire life with this person. Um, and that isn't a regret you want, which is why I also say, like, when you are in a relationship at this age, or at any age for that matter, enjoy it. Enjoy every single day, every single moment of it. Because when it ends, if it does end, like, obviously you're not in a relationship like, oh my god, like I hope this ends, like here's the expiration date. No. But if it does end, you want to look back very lovingly and very fondly of it. Like, I am grateful for this experience. As much as I like crap on like the previous like quote unquote relationships that I had in middle school, I appreciate I appreciate the small things like the hugs in the hallway, the notes, like that's all very like cute and adorable. But now we've leveled up and you're asking for more because you deserve more. Okay. So, this one is more about friendships, okay? What do you do if you want to be friends with someone, if you want to stay friends with this person, but they've kind of detached themselves from you, they're leaving you on red, they're opening your messages and not replying. They're replying very dryly, and they just don't have the same energy that they used to with your friendship. And this is someone you care about. This is not someone you just have their Instagram because you saw them at a party. This is a longtime friend that you probably grew up with or something. This longtime friend of yours is ghosting you, not giving you the same energy. You want to link them, but they're not trying as much as you were trying. I deal with this like nobody's business. I feel like I'm dealing with this with every other week. Every other week, I'm dealing with this. And this is what I do. I go, hey, friend, I love you. I don't know what's going on with us. You seem to be a bit distant. Is there anything that you need support with? Are you overwhelmed at school, work, extracurriculars? Do you want to grab a bite to like talk about your feelings and decompress? Do you want to hop on a Zoom call? Yes, I started doing Zoom calls with my friends. It is actually very helpful and therapeutic. I recommend it. Um, do you want to hop on a Zoom call to talk about it? I love you and I really miss you and I would love to like reconnect with you. Now, if that doesn't work and they're being dry, I think, in my humble opinion, you have done everything that you can. You have expressed that you love them and you care for them and like you wish them the best. You have given them an opportunity to branch out. You have said, "Oh my god, like maybe you're struggling with something. I am here if you need help. Here's a plan." Like, "Oh my god, like Saturday, I don't have anything to do and there's this cute restaurant. Do you want to go with me?" Obviously on me. I'm taking us out like, stuff like that. And they still don't reciprocate. That is when you have to detach yourself. You can love people and you can care about people a lot. And I think I have a very big heart and I always do this. Like any friend that I make, I kind of like leech onto them and attach to them and I'm like, I'm going to protect you from the entire world and I'm going to help you accomplish all your goals. Like I don't know, I get this like strange like motherly like I will save like definitely savior complex. I will save you, I will help you, I will protect you, I will guide you. Um kind of energy, and when they detach it hurts because it's like, damn, like I was trying to help you. Like I think I'm a great friend. I know I'm a great friend. Here's the thing. You also have to like have to be proud of yourself. Which is why like this is why you have to like build your character and be a person that you can stand by. You have to be the friend that you need, right? So in this moment when you're losing a friend, you have yourself. So when this person isn't reciprocating, you're like, okay, well, peace. I love you. I am here for you. When you get your shit figured out, I'll be here. You give them that grace and you let go, right? And you focus on yourself. Um, I don't know if you believe in God, if you know, like the universe, crystals, laws of attraction, manifestation, whatever. Um, when people and things are taken out of your life, it is for a reason, and you might not know it in this moment. Um, but months, years, even weeks down the line, you'll be like, "Oh shit, like that was a blessing in disguise." And there has been so many moments where that shit has happened, and I'm just like, "Oh wow, like good job, like good on you." So anytime like you feel like you're losing a friend, um, reach out to them first. If they are still being aloof, detach yourself because your mental health and your physical health is worth so much more than saving other people. because everybody needs to take care of themselves first in order to have healthy, thriving relationships. That's why we talk about self compassion and self care. And obviously, those things are like being marketed and sold to us now, like bubble baths and bath bombs. But no, self care is detaching from people who do not care about you, who drain your energy, and who make you feel like shit at the end of the day. Um, and I'll tell you, the people that I've done that with, they've come back and been like, "Holy shit, I'm sorry that I did that to you. I was going through something, like I kind of do this. I would love to hang out with you." Or holy shit, like we were very close before, but I don't think I can uphold that kind of relationship with you anymore. Like I'm not really into the FaceTiming every single day for 24 hours. Maybe we catch up every 3 months. And so reestablishing relationships instead of losing a relationship altogether is also like a great option for that. Uh, and learning how to do that is pretty like fundamental. I think about it, and like if I'm working a job and I'm hanging, hopefully, please God, I pray about this every single day. If I do ever go into a corporate job, I want to enjoy my job and I want to like my coworkers. I don't want to work with people I hate. And if I do like move jobs or anything, like, like you're not hanging out with your coworkers every day anymore, and your coworkers are your besties. You need to learn how to maintain that relationship without being overbearing or bitter. So I feel like that's the practice for it. That is all for my relationship advice. All right. For the next segment of Valentine's Day, we're going to talk about gift ideas. These are gender neutral in my opinion. Number one, get them a hoodie. This is like big variety. You can like customize hoodies. Yo, the businesses that be customizing hoodies out here with the embroidery, fire. Um, there's one I follow on Instagram that I'm gonna tag when this episode goes up because I bought from her and service was great. Um, Flowers. I feel like flowers should be gender neutral at this point. Like, girls, get your boyfriend's flowers because who doesn't like getting flowers? And boys, if you disagree with me, let me know. But I think everyone flowers. Everyone wants flowers. Um, a bear or a stuffed animal. And you can turn this into a date idea and like go to build a bear, which I think is very adorable. Chocolate or candy. Some people don't like chocolate, so you can get them like their favorite candy, like Skittles, M&Ms, Starburst, all that stuff. And I don't know if there's many Sour Patch stores everywhere, but there's a Sour Patch store in Soho, and you can like make a date out of that and like go get like pounds of candy. Sounds like a blast to me. Um, get them your perfume, your scent, so that like when they miss you, they can spray it and then they'll like think about you and it'll almost be like you're here for them. This is like amazing for long distance relationships. Um, get them miscellaneous things that they need, okay? Because when you need something, you can like easily just be like forget about it. Like there's so many things like I have a running list of things now like that I need to go out and buy, but like I don't have the time to do it. And it's just like so random that it's just like it doesn't even matter. But like if my partner like remembers in conversation that I need it and they buy it for me, I'll just be like, oh my god, I love you so much. So here are some examples of that. A charger, phone case, LED lights, socks. I know people say like getting socks and mugs for people is like awful, but I think that's the most useful gift ever. Like no one has ever bought me socks and I'm like, I'm not gonna wear that. I always wear socks and I use them all the time. um why am I out of breath? A Polaroid picture of your face, and you can do this like with a wallet, like if they need a wallet, like um and then put a Polaroid picture of your face in it. Or I just got my senior pictures back, so like cut out like the little wallet picture and put it in his wallet or her wallet, And look, now your face is walking around with them everywhere they go, or in the back of their phone case. See, clear phone case gals, do it. You can make them, if you're like an artist, draw them something, um, write them a love letter. Yo, you know how romantic a love letter is, no matter who you are. Like if you're just like, yo, shawty, I love you, we riding forever. Like I think that's cute, you know. I want love letters that I can frame, you know, the kind that at my wedding, I'm just gonna quote. You know, that's what I want. I want enough so by the end, oh my god, why am I already thinking about my death? But like, you know, by like the proposal or the marriage, you have a book full of love letters. So, you know, start at Valentine's Day. I like the idea of like filling out a journal like every single day of the year. You can do this for like anniversary. I feel like it's much cuter and like you probably would have more time. But filling out a journal uh every single day, like every time you think about them, or to like write it in the journal and be like, I thought about you when this and this happened. I think that's like really adorable. I think candles are a great gift. You can get the candles with like electric lighter, which I think are really cool. You can do like a candle making class, which is also really freaking awesome. You can get them a self care like basket with like Epsom salt and bath bombs or shower bombs, eucalyptus. You can get them crystals if they're into crystals. You can get them tarot cards. Um, I'm trying to think of like different demographics and like what they would like. Another great one is a playlist. You can make them a playlist of music you think they would love, or music that they like, but just curate it. Um, yeah, if you don't know what to get to your partner, literally just give me a description of your partner and I'll make like a shopping cart list of like what you should get them. Whether it be for Valentine's Day, your anniversary, or Christmas. I got you. Okay? I love giving gifts so much. And now date ideas. Date ideas. When I tell you I have had a running list of date ideas in my phone, like way before I was in a relationship, and I was like, oh, like I'll take myself on dates. So here's some cool ones to do on Valentine's Day, and I am taking into account the cold. I do not want to be outside. Um, like we have to be like traveling somewhere. All right, so you can paint together. So you can like go to the store, go to like Michael's or Joann's or your local like art center, and you can paint together. Listen to music, light candles, um, and just vibe out and paint together. You can also do like a pottery painting class. I live in New York City, so there's like a lot of cool places that do this. Depending on like where you live, you should look these up. I'm a big thrifter, so you can go thrifting and bleach dye designs on sweatshirts or like pants. I think it's like really cool. Make vision boards together. I think that's so romantic. To like sit together and be like, these are my goals. What are your goals? What do you want to do in life? Um, so yeah. I think those are some pretty great date ideas. If you are a person who likes art, um, museums, there's some really, really cute, really cool museums out there and installations. So maybe you don't want to see a Picasso or a Van Gogh or anything like that. Maybe you want to see an installation. Yayoi Kusama. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Um, Installation at the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, which is like sold out. When I tell you I've been trying to go forever, I think TikTok just ruined that for me. I'm probably never gonna get to go because it's always so booked up, especially because of COVID. I feel like that like has a lot to do with it. Um, but you can do things like that. You can go, like I said, you can go to the Sour Patch store and get things. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like that's a vibe. You can you can eat out at a restaurant and have like an intimate dinner or lunch. Uh, if it's warm enough, if Mother Nature surprises us, a picnic in Central Park, that's so adorable to me. That is so cute to me. thank you so much for being with me here today. Um, I hope you are developing healthy relationships. I hope you are setting your boundaries, and I hope you are advocating for yourself and communicating to your partners and the people in your life on the things that you need to be best supported. Um, in order for you to, stay in contact and in good standing with them as well. You are awesome. If no one has told you today, I am very proud of you. And whenever you're listening to this, I hope you have an amazing, amazing time. Trigger warning, we're about to talk about murder, a massacre, gangs, gun violence. This is your trigger warning. This is your trigger warning. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Okay, so I did promise you guys a little crime podcast twist to this episode by talking about the St. Valentine's Day massacre, which was February 14th, 1929. The scene is Chicago. It's Valentine's Day. Everybody's in love. Everybody's booed up. But there are these four men who, two of them are dressed in police officer suits, police officer outfits, and another two are dressed up in like a detective outfit. Okay, they're wearing the trench coat. They have hats on, and they're carrying Tommy guns. They go to this parking lot, and this parking lot is notorious for the North Side Chicago gang, the Irish mobsters. This is where they hang out. This is where they um they store alcohol because it's a prohibition era. It is illegal to make, sell, or import alcohol into the United States. And so they have the black market because they're selling alcohol to people because people can't find it anywhere, okay? There's a scarcity of alcohol in America, so these mobsters are the ones importing it. So remember the police officers and detectives I told you about? The people dressed up as them carrying the Tommy guns? They kind of come in and pretend like they are going to raid these seven men hanging out in the garage parking lot area. And they tell the men, like, face the wall, give me your weapons. And has the men face the wall, they just fire at them and murder them. Okay. That's why it's called a massacre. Like, it was just four men came up, pretended to be police officers, fired at the wall, and then just walked off the scene. That's very strange. They just walked off the scene and pretended like the two civilian men that were dressed as detectives were the people that they went to arrest in the first place. These seven men all died, but one of them survived and died in the hospital. The person who survived and died in the hospital did not identify any of the shooters. And I think that might have been like mobster code, just like how Tupac, when he was shot, he knew who shot him. He just didn't say anything. Like, I think like that's out of respect. I think that's what happened in this case. To this day, we do not know who the four men who fired the shots. Okay, apparently Al Capone did it because Al Capone is the opposing rival to this gang, and he was suspected to have killed the previous gang leader. So they think he really wanted to kill Bugs Moran, who wasn't there that day. By his luck, man. See, there's just some things that I think are like fated. Like, that man was supposed to get attacked that day, and he was supposed to be there, but for some magical reason, he wasn't, and he was saved. Okay, so to this day, no one was ever convicted for that massacre. Um, which is weird. Like, the guns were retrieved. The men were just laying there on the scene. One of them survived. I think his name was Frankie. And when he was taken to the hospital, he was like, "Nobody shot me. I don't know what y'all are talking about." And he just kept the code of silence. Even though people blamed Al Capone, he was in Florida when the massacre happened in Chicago. And somebody just got away with murder that day. Bugs Moran, who was the leader of the North Side Chicago gang, who experienced the attack, um, he kind of fell into obscurity because all his top men were murdered. Like, his top men were the ones at the spot because they were going to recover some liquor because it was prohibition. And so when that happened, the gang kind of fell apart, and like different people were trying to take control, and eventually Al Capone took over the entire territory, which is why people suspect him of also having done it. And so this is an unsolved crime that happened in history, and I find it very interesting because God forbid anything like that were to happen today, we have the technology to, convict the people who did that. And I'm someone who's very interested in law and forensics. And so, like, studying cases like this always, like, absolutely blows my mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. It's very morbid. Thank you so much again for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate you. Please come back for more episodes. You are listening to Salamata Speaking. Make sure to DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is Salamata0. That is SALAMATA, the number 0. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have an awesome morning, evening, or night. Bye-bye.